laughing because my husband would see this and go, "What is that? What have you bought? That, what are you doing? Remove that." And there would be a war. Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. For today's video, I thought it would be fun to torture myself. If you have watched my recent video, you will know that I am currently on a luxury no buy. I am not buying any luxury goods at the moment, and in that video I go through the reasons why I have had to take this pause on buying certain things and explain them to you. But for today's video, I thought it would be fun, against the backdrop of not buying anything, to do a video looking at the 10 things that I would buy if money were suddenly no object, and this was so much fun. Now, obviously, if money were suddenly no object, there are so many other things I would buy for other people, things I would do, but for the purposes of this video, these are the 10 luxury items that I would buy if money suddenly were no object. And I have to admit that when I started thinking about this, I did kind of go down the rabbit hole, and there's probably a lot more than 10 luxury items that I would buy if money were no object, but for the purposes of today's video, these are the 10 that I have come up with, and this was so much fun. Number one, and this will probably come, and I have my trusty Louis Vuitton agenda beside me, and I've just thrown the pen on the floor, but we're going to ignore that. So number one will probably come as no surprise, and it is a mini Kelly, an Hermes mini Kelly. I absolutely love this bag. I love mini bags. I think they're so cute, and I would buy this in a bright colour. Now, if money were no object, I would probably collect these in bright colours, and because money was no object, I wouldn't need to worry about the whole Hermes journey thing and the whole having to get one offered to me. I would simply go down the reseller route and pay whatever they wanted because money would be no object. And I would want one in orange, bright orange, in a bright pink type colour, in a bright yellow, in a teal. Basically collect the rainbow in mini Kellys. Now, the only way that's ever going to happen is if money suddenly starts growing on trees and really becomes no object. But imagine if I was let loose with no limit, money was just overflowing. That is number one on what I would buy. There is a colour that I saw in Paris. It's either Rose Texas or Rose Mexico. It's a pinky orangey colour, and I loved it. I'm not sure which colour it is. I know an Hermes expert will be able to tell me, but that is definitely one of the ones I would look for, and it would just, would be amazing. Number two on my money is no object list, I would buy an Hermes Birkin in the size 25, in the colour Rose Pourpre, in Togo leather and palladium hardware. And no, there is no leeway on any of those factors. I specifically, in a Birkin, want that bag. This is why the Hermes journey would probably never really work for me, because I'm not really open to any variations of that, any variations of size, any variations of colour. Ever since I saw this picture of Tamara wearing this bag with a grey suit, I have been obsessed with it. I've been obsessed with this colour for quite some time, but when I saw this option of it in this baby Birkin, absolutely love it, and that is the second thing I would be buying if money was no object. Number three, and I would buy the Cocoa Crush ring, and I will put pictures of these in. For this finger, I would buy the Cocoa Crush ring from Chanel in the yellow gold with the diamonds, and I tried it on in Chanel and I absolutely love it. This is on my actual wish list for a one-day purchase when I come off this whole not allowed to buy things thing that I've inflicted on myself. But there is good reason, watch the video, there is good reason. But I would buy for this finger the yellow gold Cocoa Crush ringer with the Cocoa Crush ringer? What even is that? The yellow gold Cocoa Crush ring, the narrower one I think it is, with the diamonds that goes around it, and it's fabulous. It's so pretty, it's so beautiful. When I tried it on, instantly I was like, yes, I want this ring. There was an Hermes ring with the little circle that I had wanted for this finger, but I know my SAS told me that's completely sold out, so I can't get that. So the Hermes Cocoa Crush for that ring. Number four. This would be fun. I like things that are a little bit different and a little bit maybe not classic and not elegant and maybe a bit tacky and guardian in your face. And if money were no object, I would want to buy the Chanel Perspex bag. You see them on the runway, you normally see them in the Matriarch collection. There is one that I will pop on the screen that is currently for sale in Vestiaire Collective, but it's a lot of money. I think it's like £6,000-7,000, so it would have to be if money were growing on the trees outside, which currently there's rain dropping from the trees outside. But it is an orange and pink Perspex bag, Chanel, the CCs. It's fabulous, and I would buy it to add into the multicolour collection that's going on behind me. I would also, because I'm cheating a little bit, I would also sneak into this category of the Chanel Perspex bags, one of the perfume bottle bags that were out at some stage. I think they did the number 5 perfume bottle bag, and it was a Perspex bag that you actually could use, but imagine it sitting in there. Oh, it would be so funky, it would look so cool. But they're huge money as well, and for something that really is because it would look quite cool in there and probably wouldn't get used that much, definitely would have to be on this money is no object list. Number 5 on this crazy spend your lottery winnings tour of what goes on inside my mind would be, I'm laughing because my husband would see this and go, what is that? What have you bought? That, what are you doing? Remove that. And there would be a war. But it is the Louis Vuitton Cocoon chair that hangs from the ceiling. I think they're fabulous. They're bright, they're in your face, they're over the top, they hang from the ceiling, they're a leather cocoon chair. They're about £80,000, I think. But I think they're just absolutely cool and fabulous, and if money were no object, I would want one. Maybe in orange or pink, or I'll put some footage in because we did see them in Paris if I still have it. If not, I'll find something to put in. They hang from the ceiling. I think they are so cool. As I said, he would hate it. He would think that all the crazy was going on in here, and he would wonder what on earth I was doing. Don't even start him by telling him what the price tag would be. But this is obviously if we didn't have to worry about that. I think they're great, and if money were no object, I would buy one of those despite the marital relations impact that I know it would have. Number 6, this is so much fun. Number 6, and I'm cheating a little bit again on this one, and that is because I'm going for 2 in 1. And these are Louis Vuitton trunks. So the first one I would buy is one of those massive, massive Louis Vuitton coffee table trunks that have the drawers in them, and they're all covered in the monogram because I love a bit of monogramming in your face, and I don't mind a logo. So I would buy one of those. My husband would walk in and go, Louis Vuitton just threw up in this room, and it would be huge and massive, and I would love it. It would be fab. So they're a huge big coffee table. They have drawers in them. They have compartments in them. Oh, but they're huge money. I think these are like 80, 90,000, £100,000. Obviously, this is never in my real life future to have this, but in my money grows on the trees outside, absolutely one of these is coming. The big, massive coffee table one. I would also buy, and now we're being super bougie because, you know, I would also buy the raspberry coloured epi leather trunk in the same size as the one that I have over there, the 24 Coffret Tressure, I think it's called. And I will put this in because we saw this in Paris, and I think I love this. I love the colour of it. The first one I did buy, I wanted it to be monogram, but this I would have on my long-term luxury wish list. I think this is fabulous. And where I would put it, because we're being all bougie with the money on the trees, is we have a console table in our hall as you come in through the front door. And I would put it on that table open to put your keys in. Yeah, I'm talking about a £4,000-ish trunk to put your keys in at the front door. What's going on? But obviously, this is only if we actually do start finding money outside on the trees, or there's, you know, a multi-millionaire pound lottery win after we do good things with that money. But I would put one of those raspberry epi leather trunks at the front door, and I would smile every time I come in because I absolutely love it and I think it's fab. And that is number 6 on my crazy, crazy lottery win list. Number 7. You can tell I had so much fun doing this. Number 7, and I'm cheating again, I would buy the whole Dior, the summer collection that's currently out for Dior, the spring summer collection in the really bright colour. It's like the resort collection. There is blue in it, but there's orange and there's pink. And I would basically buy The whole collection in the orange and the pink. I think it's fab. Very expensive, but I think it's fabulous. There are orange and pink shorts. They're in the beautiful Dior print that's so iconic to Dior. There are cashmere jumpers in those colours. There are t-shirts, there are ponchos, there are towels, there are candles, there are notebooks, there are handbags. Ban it all. Ban the whole spring summer Dior collection in the bright orange and the bright pink. Now, obviously we would go through it because we've suddenly got sensible in this video, and there's bound to be bits of it that I wouldn't. I'm being limited. Bits of it that I wouldn't buy. There's bound to be bits of it that wouldn't go. But on the whole, as a generalisation, we are taking home the orange and the pink Dior Spring Summer collection because it is so cool and fab. Number 8, sticking with Dior, I would be buying this Dior book tote. Now, I always said historically that I wouldn't buy a Dior book tote, and I still think the bigger size of the Dior book tote I wouldn't buy. I don't think it would work for me, but this small size is cute. I know there's no zip. I know it's fabric. I know there's no organisation, and I know it's going to be really annoying to carry. But in this print, oh, this print is so fabulous. I posted this on my Instagram the other day. I love this, and that photo was courtesy of Jada Fines in New York. Absolutely love this print. It's so, so fun and it's so cool, and I would buy it. Even if it meant that it sat in my wardrobe or sat on my shelves as decor a bit, even if it meant that I didn't use it that much, this print is that fab that if money were no object, I would buy one, because for the few days that I did use it when the sun actually shone, oh, it would be so fabulous, and that's definitely on my money is no object list. Now, I know there's nothing on here. Whenever people sometimes talk about money is no object lists, they talk about, like, say, the Himalayan Birkins or the exotics. I personally don't like exotics. I just don't like the look of the skin on the bags. I don't like the Himalayan Birkin. I don't like the diamond encrusted ones, things like that. So a lot of this is maybe things that people would actually be able to attain, but for me, this is my money is no object list. And number 9 on this crazy list. I'm cheating again because it's 2. And if you know me and my channel, you'll know that I love Louis Vuitton. I love Louis Vuitton monogram, and I love the heritage of Louis Vuitton. I love the backstory of the luggage that was made in the trunks, etc. So I would buy 2 of their bags, and I would buy the Boîte Chapeau, not the supple one, not the soft one, the actual mini hat box one. The monogram Boîte Chapeau, I think it's fab, and you carry it with a little vachetta handle. Emma just unboxed one on her channel. I think they're beautiful. I would buy one of those. And I would also buy, because money's no object, I would also buy the can bag in the monogram. I really, really, really like that bag. I don't think that I would use that bag overly much. So in there, what's going on in there is I would buy that, if money didn't have to even be considered, as decor. And what I would buy for it would be some really beautiful faux flowers. And I would have that sitting on my desk or in my office in the cans bag, yes I know, with the faux flower arrangement coming out of it, and it would sit, that would effectively be the vase, and it would sit as decor, and it would be fabulous. Oh, how bougie would that be? I would definitely buy that if I didn't have to think about money, because, beautiful. We're on number 10. I have a few ones I'll give honourable mentions to. Number 10, I would buy a Chanel jacket. Now, Chanel jackets can be hit and miss for me. I have a chest. Some of them don't work all that well. Some of them look hideous. Some of them look, I know I'm no spring chicken, but some of them, in my opinion, when I try them on, make me look really old. Some of them I just don't like, but some of them are absolutely fabulous. And I think the favourite one that I have ever seen is one that was released very recently, and I will put a picture on. My friend on Instagram, Nikki, has it, and she looks amazing in it. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful jacket. The tweed, the fabric, the detailing around the edges of it, the cut of it, that would have been... I did actually go down to Dublin to try and see it. I actually considered it, but when I went, they only had a size 34, which maybe would have fit that arm, maybe, but it certainly wasn't going to fit me, but it's absolutely stunning. So I would buy a Chanel jacket, but it would have to be the right one. One like that, or one that just fit me properly, was fun, was quite a young, modern version of the Chanel jacket, but an iconic tweed Chanel jacket I would buy to have in my money is no object list, because I do think when you get the right one and they're styled, oh, I think they're so beautiful. But it would have to be, there's a lot of them that, to be honest, regardless of the price, wouldn't work for me. But if it's the right one, oh, that would be coming into my collection on this crazy tour. Now, I also did think about the Cardi Love bracelet, which I tried on in Paris but couldn't get the size. I really do like that. I like the look of it. I like a bracelet. I like a bangle. I've said before, I'm totally not against one that's not Cartier, that's just a plain gold kind of thicker bangle. I do really like it. And I also thought about a VCA charm chain necklace for up here. I do like those as well. I wear this quite a lot, which is the Louis Vuitton chunky chain. I wear that quite a lot, the Volt. I also wear the Solo Diamond from my dealer Idol. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Quite a lot. And the reason it's not on me today is because somebody in the comment box had said you can order something on Amazon that helps to keep the chains from tangling, and I'm going to try that. I did try putting it together and it's still tangled, so I'm going to try that because I really, really like it. And I don't know if it's still working, but I did have a discount code Amelia Rose 10 for Ideal. I don't know if it's still working, but it's worth trying, and I'll link it in the description box. So that is why the VCA one probably didn't make it into my top 10. I do like the black, the onks, and I do like some of the colours, but that's probably why it's not my top 10. But let's be honest, if money were no object, I'd be going and picking up Bestie. We'd be getting on the plane, off we would go. I'm sure some of the Paris ladies would come join us, and we would go on an epic shopping spree. Obviously after we bought other people some things and did good things with the money that we suddenly came into. But oh, that would be iconic. Thank you for joining me on this total crazy whirlwind tour of what I would buy if money were no object. I thought this video was a huge amount of fun. I really enjoyed doing it. If anybody has a channel that's interested in showing us what you would buy if money were no object, please jump on this and show us. Do let me know if you do that so I can watch it. Thank you so much for watching me. Thank you for being here. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.